Susan Lazar-Hart here, your congruency coach for creators, for seekers, speaking to you from Nepal. And that's why this is taped for you, so we don't skip a beat on our October Play It Forward challenge. Now, this is something that we started before I left for Nepal, and I've had, we're on number 4. So if you missed 1, 2, and 3, and you're saying, what's this challenge all about? I wish I'd known about it. Well, come on over to our YouTube station, Susan Lazar-Hart YouTube, and like, share, comment here in our Facebook, because this is where all the action is, as we move into part 4 of our Playing It Forward challenge. And what's this all about today? Empathy, connection, and personal fulfillment when we connect with others in need. In today's world, many of us, now that we've learned post-COVID, we don't have to go into work. We can work from home. People are getting everything sent in. They're missing a connection, a human connection, right? For me, it's so important to have that human connection, to go and smell and taste and touch food, nature, people. It's part of who we be as connectors, as seekers, as creatives, as change agents. So welcome again to our Paying It Forward challenge. Now, we've talked about, in our previous sessions, we've explored the power of gifting, the ripples that personal transformation can create, and the magic of playing it forward. Now, today, we're going to dive deeper into the heart of this concept: empathy, connection, and personal fulfillment with connecting with others in need. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why does empathy have such a bad rap in so many different areas with so many different people? Well, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It involves putting oneself in someone else's shoes in a way where you're not taking over their life. You're being present so that they're being heard, right? You know, often when somebody goes to share something with us, we feel like, oh, I'm not going to empathize because they're going to expect me to do something. No, most people just want to be listened to. They want you to recognize their emotions and respond with understanding and compassion. So while empathy is generally seen as a positive and valuable trait, it can sometimes have a mixed rap due to a few common misconceptions and misunderstandings. Now, number 1, the biggest misunderstanding and misconception about empathy is that it means sympathy. Now, sympathy involves feeling sorry for someone, feeling sorry for their suffering. While empathy focuses on understanding their emotions without feeling sorry for them. It's about being present. You know, if you buy someone else's story as real and true, as if it's yours, are you actually assisting them in creating anything greater? Whereas if you're willing to listen with an open heart, with no point of view, and take an aerial view of who and what they're being and what they're saying, you can then be the space of space for them. When you align with their points of view, and that's what sympathy often is, you contract their space, you contract your space, and nothing else is created greater. Now, some people feel that they have fear that offering empathy implies they're condoning or endorsing or responsible for their point of view, right? No. Showing empathy often requires being vulnerable and open to understanding someone else's point of view without having to live it or be it. The other thing I hear often is emotional exhaustion. Empathizing with others can be emotionally draining when you decide you have to live their life, when you pick up on the energies of what's contracting with them, rather than, again, being the space of space. So the truth is, it's all about deeper connections. Empathetic individuals, tend to form stronger and more meaningful connections with others. Empathy is the ability, we have this ability to understand and share the feelings of others without buying them as true and real. And it forms a foundation of meaningful connections. Now, when I say buying something as true and real, we often align with somebody to such a degree that and because most of us listening to this are empaths, we take on their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions. The truth is, it doesn't assist anybody. So it's about allowing us to connect with others on a profound level and fostering that sense of shared humanity. So I want to share a story with you that illustrates the power of empathy and connection. Now, some years ago during a harsh winter, I had an encounter that left an indelible mark on my heart. It was a very frigid evening, and I was rushing home from the grocery store. And as I descended past the grocery store, I noticed a man huddled in a corner. His clothes were tattered. He had a cardboard said, "Hungry and cold." Now, many people hurried past him, lost in their own world. I think it was probably close to Christmas time. But something compelled me to stop. And I approached him and struck up a conversation. Now, his name was Mark, just like my brother. And he had fallen on hard times after losing his job and his home. And we talked for a while. And I learned about his dreams, his struggles, his hopes for a better future. And at that moment, I felt a deep sense of empathy. I couldn't ignore the suffering right in front of me. So I went back into the grocery store and bought a pre-done warm meal and something for him to drink. And we sat together while he had that meal, just sharing stories and laughter. And the funny thing about that meal was when I brought it out, I forgot to get a fork and a knife. So I went back into the grocery store to get the fork and knife, which made me realize how much we take for granted when we decide to do something for someone. Are we seeing the whole picture? So as he enjoyed his meal, he shared his gratitude, not only in his food, but for the conversation, for feeling seen and heard. The appreciation was immense. And it was a small act of kindness, yet it created a connection that went beyond words. And in the following weeks, I continued to see Mark there. And as our encounters became regular and I learned more about his journey, I introduced him to different shelters that he hadn't heard of in Montreal. And with the support of the local shelter, he eventually found a job and a place to stay. Now, that transformation on his life was incredible to witness. And his story, Mark's story, taught me that empathy and connection have the power to transform lives. It wasn't just about providing a meal. It was about acknowledging his humanity and his worth. Now, through our connection, we both experienced personal fulfillment and growth. That's the ripple effect we've been talking about. So remember, each of us plays a crucial role in fostering these connections. Every time you walk past someone, are you in judgment of them? Are you willing to expand your world and ask, is there anything that I can contribute to this person that would assist them in creating something greater? That's speaking from your heart. Yeah. So reflecting on my journey with Mark, I realized that sometimes all it takes is a moment of empathy to change someone's life. People need to be heard. That's probably one of the biggest gifts you can give someone, is the willingness to be present with them where they are. We don't have to perform grand gestures. It's a small act of kindness that can create profound connections. So as we connect with others in need and extend our empathy, we discover a profound shift in ourselves as well. My experience with Mark reminded me that true fulfillment comes from these moments of connection, from being part of something greater than ourselves. Now, in this journey through paying it forward, we've learned about empathy and connection and personal fulfillment at the heart of creating meaningful change. This is what it's all about. What change are you asking to create in the world? It starts from here. So as we move forward, let's continue to extend that empathy and foster connections and find personal fulfillment through acts of kindness in paying it forward. Now, as always, please share your stories of where you've been paying it forward. What is it? Did you start this challenge off with something really big and you're shifting and changing it? Let me know. Would you like some assistance in what you're asking to shift and change in paying it forward? Let me know. Write it right here. Now, I want to announce the upcoming 5th part of the challenge, sharings and successes, and the opportunity for you to share your challenge and successes in our Congruent Living Zoom room, which is going to go live on October 23rd with me, with a Q&A. We're going to share what it is that we've shifted and see what else that creates in our lives, in our living. Now, I'll be doing that from now on. when I say doing that, we'll be having Ask Susan. We're going to be shifting our time to 12 noon from now on. And this is my introduction to how I'd love to play with you as we move through into 2023, the last couple of months, and 2024. So if this interests you, if you say, yeah, I'd love more time with Susan, start responding right here. Those that respond in our Facebook will be invited into the live Zoom room for our Q&A. Truly, 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 what else is possible in being present, in sharing the glow, the joy, the juiciness you have for life as you connect with others? I wonder what that could create. Until we meet for our live Zoom on October 24th, 23rd. I'm just going to check the date while I'm here with you, because you never know, right? Let me look at my calendar, and I just want to make sure I get the date right, because that's what I love to do. Yes, October 23rd. Okay. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Sending you big hugs from Nepal. And I'll be popping in all during this challenge from Nepal to assist you, to encourage you, to cheer you on as you shift and change into the changes you've been asking for you, for the world around you, for the planet and beyond. Have an amazing one. Bye-bye.